when your appearance reveals your soul within. Have you ever been told, "You look much younger than your actual age"? You may just laugh it off or chalk it up to good genes and a healthy diet. But is there something deeper, more mysterious behind this phenomenon? In the light of mystical knowledge, Babaji's wisdom, and the understanding of awakened souls, we discover that a youthful appearance, bright eyes, gentle energy are signals from the soul, not just from the body. And this article will take you into the depths of that. You are a soul, not a body, decoding your true age. Most of us are programmed to think age is a linear number associated with the deterioration of the body. But that is only a very shallow part of the truth. In the light of Babaji's wisdom, we are reminded, you are not a body. You are a soul, and the soul has no age. The soul does not age because it has never been born. Mahavatar Babaji, the Guru, is considered immortal, not because he is a mythical superman, but because he lives from a pure essence that is not affected by linear time. Babaji once said to a yogi, "Time cannot touch the light. If you live as the light, the body must obey you." What this means is, the body is subject to time, but the mind is not. When you identify yourself as the body, you age with the days. But when you live from your essence as pure presence, egoless life energy, the body is no longer the master. The body then becomes a channel for the soul frequency, and that frequency is what keeps you young from within. Your true age is not measured by the year you were born, but by the openness of your heart. Some people are 25 years old but are depressed, tired, disillusioned. They age early because their consciousness is frozen. Some people are 60 years old but are still bright, light, radiant. They are younger than ever because they live from the soul. Youth is a state of vibration, not the result of anti-aging creams. Youth is the harmony between life energy, joy, and connection with the true soul. When you are no longer identified with time, you free your body from the law of wear and tear. Babaji taught, all aging is a product of the programming of the mind. When you let go of the role and come into being, every cell is purified by the light you carry. Why some people always look younger than their age, seen from the perspective of spiritual energy. It is not just genetic luck. It is not simply nutrition or exercise. There are people who naturally radiate a youthful glow, not because they seek to stay forever young, but because they live true to their ageless nature. There are people who carry the vibration of the soul, not living from the programming of society. They are living examples of the secret of natural rejuvenation in the spirit. 1. They carry high frequencies of pure light. Energy frequency is the foundation of all biological phenomena. When your soul lives in love, peace, gratitude, it emits a light, bright, clear energy field. That energy field directly affects the heartbeat, brain, nervous system, and cell regeneration cycle. Babaji taught that the physical body is just a shadow of the energy you carry. When that energy is light and flexible, the shadow also reflects that. People with high frequencies limit the process of cell oxidation, reduce inflammatory reactions, and are always young not only because on the outside, but inside they no longer have friction with life. 2. They know how to release old energy, not holding on to what has passed. One of the biggest causes of aging is blocked energy, undigested memories, and repressed pain. When you refuse to let go, that energy crystallizes in the auric field, creating silent tension, accelerating aging. On the other hand, people who regularly meditate, cry, write in a journal, forgive, or simply breathe out the old, will have the ability to cleanse the energy body, making the cells reborn. Every time you forgive sincerely, a part of your skin becomes brighter. Babaji. 3. They live from the heart, not pulled by the head. Being young is not being naive. Being young is when you don't let life become too complicated. People who live from the heart don't hold the codes of fear, competition, hurt, which are burdens that weigh down their faces and eyes. They don't need to make themselves young, they become young by living authentically. Babaji said, "When you love like you've never been hurt, you smile like your soul has never known fear." Youth is the outward effect of a liberated inner self. The connection between the pineal gland, faith, and the energy field of youth. The pineal gland, the biological key to light. In many ancient spiritual traditions, the pineal gland is considered the third eye, the door to the spiritual realm, a higher dimension. But few people know that the pineal gland is also the center that coordinates many biological functions directly related to aging. Regulates melatonin, a hormone that affects sleep and cell regeneration cycles. Links to the pituitary gland and endocrine system, maintains overall balance. Sensitivity to light, vibration, faith. Babaji teaches, the pineal gland is the gate of light through which the soul enters the body. When you keep that gate lit, the body cannot fall into darkness. Beliefs, code installed in cells. There is a big paradox. People who believe they are really aging. People who believe they are living like light, their bodies have no reason to deteriorate. Beliefs are not positive illusions, but a form of energy code that each cell reads. In many studies of the biology of consciousness, repetitive thoughts in the subconscious will affect the genetic mechanism. This is called epigenetics. Your mind is software. Your body is hardware. You change the software, the hardware is forced to adapt. The energy field, the real clothes you are wearing. Each person has an aura surrounding the physical body. This is not mystical, but an electromagnetic field that can be measured with Kirlian technology. Babaji said, "Young, when your energy flows, your aura is bright. When you think like a soul, feel like light, act like presence, the body is no longer in the cage of time." People with energy fields. Expanded, bright, young, fresh, others are easily attracted. Constricted, cloudy, gray-red, tired, aging quickly, difficult to recover from illness. How to keep the young energy field. 1. Meditate with breath and light. Sit still, breathe gently, feel the white light passing through the pineal gland and spreading throughout the body. This is an ancient energy therapy that helps detoxify the spirit, keeping the aura bright. 3. Avoid energy pollution, both physical and mental. Limit strong artificial light, industrial food, negative news. Limit gray language such as criticizing age, judging appearance. Avoid identifying with tired, stressed, old. Babaji once said, "Every time you accept that you are getting old, you disconnect yourself from the light field." The journey to revitalize your ageless self, steps to practice every day. 1. Practice sitting in the light, 5 to 20 minutes a day. Take time each morning or before bed to sit still, close your eyes, and visualize white light filling your body. Focus on the area between your eyebrows, Ajna chakra, where the pineal gland shines. Whisper in your mind, "I am being revived by light." The light within me is regenerating every cell. This activates the root vibration, the primordial light, and realigns both the mind and biology. 2. Reprogram your cells with mindful words. Your cells hear you. The body does not know whether it is telling the truth or not, but it believes what you say over and over again. So, use the language of light to reprogram yourself. I am an ageless soul, living in a new body. I am not racing against time. I am melting into eternity. I am not aging. I am renewing. Every morning, stand in front of a mirror and say these 3 sentences out loud. Every night, whisper them silently before going to sleep. Don't judge. Feel. Then you will see the miracle. 3. Clear your emotions so that your energy doesn't age. Babaji taught. Repressed emotions are aging chemicals. When you forgive, you regenerate yourself. Allow yourself to. Write down old feelings to release. Cry if you need to, because tears are a therapy to rejuvenate the soul. Say forgiveness to someone you have never dared to forgive. Be quiet instead of arguing, because peaceful energy brightens the skin better than cosmetics. 4. Eat lightly, slow down, breathe more deeply. The body does not need much, it needs rightness. Eat from a light frequency, fresh vegetables, warm water, food cooked with love. Live from a slow frequency, walk slowly, chew slowly, listen to meditation music. Breathe from a deep frequency, breathe from the belly, consciously, like a new birth every minute. When you eat, think, I am taking in light, not just calories. When you breathe, know, I am being rejuvenated by life energy. 5. Choose language and people who live on the same frequency. You cannot be young when you live in an environment that is old in vibration. Avoid conversations that complain, criticize, and curse your age. Limit exposure to negative news and harmful content. Create a space with soft music, green plants, essential oil scents, and soft yellow light. Your energy field is nourished by the space you enter every day. 6. Meditation with a smile, Babaji's meditation. Babaji teaches a very special meditation. Sit still and smile like a soul being caressed by God Himself. No need to try to meditate correctly. Just sit and smile gently. Breathe like a child, innocently, without forcing. That is how light enters you, not through knowledge, but through love. That smile does not fight against old age. It dissolves the concept of old age. Signs that your soul is starting to live outside time. 1. You are no longer afraid of age. The fear of age is a sign that you are identifying with your body. When you begin to feel at peace with the number on the paper, or no longer find it important, that is the first profound sign. You are shifting your being from the physical to the light. Babaji said, when you are no longer confused by the year of your birth, you begin to touch eternity. 2. You feel time stretching. There are days when 1 hour feels like 5 minutes. Sometimes you fall into a state of timelessness when meditating, when writing, when loving. You feel like you have lived somewhere, been someone, gone beyond this life. This is when you are no longer trapped in linearity, you are living as a spiral field of energy. You are no longer drifting through time. You see time moving from a higher dimension. 3. You attract younger people, or they think you are their age. Younger people are attracted not because you are young, but because your energy field does not carry the frequency of aging. It is very common for others to misjudge your age by 5 to 10 years. Why? Because they feel you, not look at you. That feeling comes from your eyes, the presence you radiate, the freedom and innocence in your mind. The energy field speaks louder than appearance. And when it carries light, it makes it impossible for people to associate you with the concept of old. 4. You feel yourself going back, not going forward. Instead of trying to achieve something out there, you feel. The deepest things are opening up inside. You relearn things you have not learned. You are not running towards the future, you are returning to the source. Youth is energy returning to the source. And the source is never old. 5. You are annoyed by the complaints about old age, time, aging. Not because you hate it, but because you are no longer in tune with that frequency. You find that complaining makes people age faster. Fear of time is a way to limit life energy. The more you complain about age, the more you program aging into yourself. You begin to transmit a new vibration, living naturally, brightly, gently. The people around you also become younger, even though you don't know why. 6. You begin to connect with memories that are not of this life. You dream of strange but familiar realms. Masters you have never met but are very close. Spaces beyond the present earth. You feel that you have lived many times, have learned these lessons, are coming back to continue a certain light plan. This is a manifestation of your higher self gradually leading you out of the time mode to live in space-time. 7. You begin to choose simplicity, stillness, and presence over chasing after achievements. You see no need to do much to feel enough. No need to strain to be young, beautiful, recognized. All the old efforts come from soul forgetting. And now, you return to presence, love, feeling, and gratitude. That is when you are living beyond the limits of space, time, identity. You begin to live as Babaji taught, no longer caught up in life, but bringing light into life. Activate the ageless soul, live as the embodiment of light on earth. You did not come here to grow old, you came to shine. From birth, you have been taught to race against time, to resist aging, and to fear aging as an enemy. But Babaji, through the silent frequency, reminds you, the soul does not fear time. Only the ego fears losing the beauty it once assimilated. And now, you are stepping out of that illusion. You did not come to keep the body, you came to bring light into the body. You are not a chaser of youth. You are the soul that brings youth back to this earth, through every breath, every look, every choice to live true to your true self. When you choose to live simply, you are lightening your body. When you choose to forgive, you are detoxifying your energy field. When you meditate, you are keeping your pineal gland lit. When you smile, you are transmitting the I am ageless light signal to every cell. The earth does not need more people trying to be young, it needs people who are truly young. Not young. Vibratingly young. Not making yourself young, but keeping your soul alive as if it had never been damaged by time. And you, if you have read this far, may be one of the light embodiments that Babaji spoke of. I do not need you to come to preach. I need you to come to live as a person who has remembered who you are. Mahavatar Babaji's final message to you. Do not try to stay in this body any longer. Make this body a place where the light wants to stay. When you no longer push back age, no longer fear change, no longer try to resist the law, but become the constant within all change, then you are not only young, you begin to become the smiling light, live like a candle of awareness. A candle does not need to shout to prove that it is bright. That is enough to rejuvenate a new world, starting with you. Namaste.